Hello, welcome. Yeah, welcome back to another video as well. Been quite busy over the last few weeks, so yeah, the YouTube stuff's kind of taken a back seat. We are 9 weeks into prep. We are 13 pounds down, just about, just under 13 pounds. A new low weigh-in this morning of 167.25 pounds. Starting to get a little more serious, I suppose. Over the last few weeks, I feel like I've not really been looking too much different, and the scale weight as well was staying quite static for like a couple of weeks. So there was a decent substantial drop in food on the last check-in. So now we have training day macros, and we have non-training day macros as well. The training day macros are on 350 carb, 55 fat and 225 protein. Non-training day we're on down quite low in carbs, so we're down to 225 carbs, and the same fat, so 55, and the same protein, 225. So yeah, like a decent drop in calories. And so far this week, since that drop, we've like scale weight has just been coming down linearly. Like since Monday, I've dropped like a half a pound, more than a half pound on average. So I started at like 170 and I'm already 167.25. So yeah, a decent bit of progress this week, so I'm very, very happy. I am feeling skinny though, feeling very fucking skinny. But yeah, that's a little update, I suppose. I'm just at uni now to get in some cardio. I'm gonna go in the Stairmaster for half an hour, and then I'm heading back to train upper with Lewis, and Ali I think might come as well. And I'm in a bit of a rush to go in and get my cardio done, so I'm going to go and do that now. Yeah, I will catch you in a bit. Goodbye.
That's the ticket.
Hello! Hope you're all good. Yeah, welcome to the ends of the video. I hope as well the edit actually went alright, because I've not edited the workout yet, and I was quite excited to do it because I'm going to try and make it all fancy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the edit. If it was shit, fucking there you go, I don't know. So I'm going to finish off with a short Q&A. I asked for a few questions a couple of weeks back on Instagram, so just in case, just in the event that this video was a bit short and needed some beefing out. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to answer a couple of them now, and yeah, we'll just get started. So the first question is this initial competition a stepping stone onto future competitions, or do you have other goals in mind after? And that comes from Boobsy Bye. So initially, my plan was just to give this a shot and to see what it was like. I mentioned in one of the other videos that I've got lots of different goals in mind. So I've done a marathon before. I want to eventually do a powerlifting meet. Obviously this bodybuilding show, I've got lots of stuff I want to do. That is going to definitely be the case. I do want to try and do as much of that kind of thing as possible, and do as many things as possible. But I do honestly believe that I'll be doing bodybuilding shows. I'll definitely do some more. After this show, what's going to happen is I'm definitely going to take a decent bit of time out to grow, like a 2, 3, 4, 5 year off season, and then come back and do another show at some point. I'm blind by the end of this video because I'm staring directly into the flash. But the second question is, how big is the difference between going lean for a holiday and being lean for a competition? So the biggest difference is being lean for a competition is not healthy. Being lean for a holiday, you can definitely maintain a good level of health. Once you get into the lower body fat percentages, once you're getting down to below 6, 5, if you can get there, if you can really dig and get there, then that's unhealthy. Like, you are unhealthy. There's no two ways about it, and that's the kind of condition you need to do well at a bodybuilding show. Definitely a natural one. So that's the aim, and that is the difference. You don't have to become unhealthily lean when you're going on holiday. It's just not necessary at all. So yeah, I would say that was the biggest difference. Health. Third question, how do you stay motivated and stay on track with nutrition? So it's very easy for me at the minute. Like, I can't express that enough, how easy it is for me to stay on track and not go off plan, just because the goal is so clear in my mind. I think that's the biggest thing. That's definitely the biggest thing, because I have that clear-cut goal. I know exactly what everything is kind of leading into, and if there is ever a time where I'm struggling, which there has been, there will be many more, I suppose I just remind myself of what I'm actually trying to do. And if I was to eat off plan, if I was to miss a session, if I was to half-arse the session, then like, what am I doing? I'm just cutting myself short. Like, I just can't. It just isn't something that I would even consider. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I haven't got this mental fortitude that people should admire. Like, if you had a goal as clear as mine and as big as mine, you would be doing the same, and I guarantee you of that. So yeah, it definitely comes down to the goal, and whether or not you actually have a goal big enough to be as disciplined as I have been, and that I'm going to be for another 3 months. So yeah, that's that. The last question, when to take a deload during a competition prep. So it follows the same kind of rule as being in an off season, I suppose. Like, it's going to be the same factors that you're going to be looking at. So you're going to be looking at poor sleep, poor training, shit mood, like motivation to train is probably down, appetite might be shit as well. So all of these factors are going to allow you to kind of realise and notice if you are due a deload. The only difference is with comp prep, you're in a position where you really need to maximise muscle retention and put a big focus on that. So in an off season, I had a deload after about 8-9 weeks in my gaining phase, and the way we ran that, it was just 4 or 5 days completely off the gym. Whereas in a competition prep, you don't want to be doing that, because you don't want to ever become even close to being detrained. The best way to really run a deload in a competition prep would be probably, I've not actually spoken to Jack about this or his thoughts, but would be to probably go in, just reduce volume a little bit, reduce intensity, so maybe 1 working set off each exercise, leaving a couple of reps in the tank, just so that we're still stimulating the muscle, and then we're not just taking days completely off. I just don't think it would be as beneficial as going in and doing a lighter session. So that is the only difference. I've already actually had a deload this in competition prep as well. So another reason why we'd want to do that is because of injuries. So I had a small injury to my hip, and I had a small injury to my shoulder at the same time. And yeah, me and Jack just came to the decision that a deload probably would have been the best decision. So that's what we did. We took days off completely, which, as I've just mentioned, isn't the best way to do it, other than in the situation that we're trying to get rid of an injury. Sometimes it is best just to take days completely off, just so you can get rid of that injury. So yeah, that's what we did. Hopefully there won't be another deload. I wouldn't like to have another deload. I've only got 14 weeks left. Hopefully we can get away with not having to have a deload. I imagine what will happen is we'll need to reduce volume slightly. My volume's still really, really high, so maybe at some point volume will just come down. We'll try and not have to have a deload, essentially. So yeah, that's that. That's all the questions answered. Hope you like my slippers, and thank you for getting to the end of the video. If you have got to the end of the video, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.